In it for keepsake, in the field with the cleat lace. Beat freak with the bare face and a slick tongue, that's what she say. She look good, she a big tease when she bite lip with the wink face. Hella bad when she throwing it back, she bring that my way for the team play.
Right, what's happening, people? Brett here, Bad Intentions Boxing. I've got current English featherweight champion with me, Reece Mould. Reece, fantastic to have you on. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. Thanks for that. Thanks for having me on. Yeah, I'm great.
We're grateful for the opportunity.
Yeah. So we're nearly coming to the final stage of the camp now. So we're tired, but it's nearly there now.
Yeah, we're at that final hurdle. And how are you feeling coming into this?
Great. My mind's. I'm very focused. I'm 100% confident that I win this fight. 100 million% I win this fight. Training's gone well, which everyone says, but it really has. It's gone. I've had no issues with training or anything. My sparring's going well. Everything's just falling in, and we'll be more than ready on 13th.
What would you say to the suggestions that people say that this is a big step up for you, and this arguably marks the toughest fight of your career?
Yeah, obviously from the outside, who people really don't really know me. Yeah, it's a massive step up, and I'm not hiding that. The fact is, that it's a lot bigger step up than the challenges what I have had already. But I believe my team wouldn't put me in this situation if they didn't believe I were ready for this opportunity. I mean, I've been sparring world champions and stuff since I was 18-year-old, and I've been holding my own since 18 with the likes of like Jamie McDonald's, you Gav McDonald, Josh Warrington, who's obviously going to become unified world champion soon. And anyone who sees me in the ring with them, I know some people might say, well, your sparring is different to fighting, but it's the next best thing in it. And I believe I when I want to or need to, I fight better than what I spar anyway. So yeah, I'm looking great in gym, and it's definitely not a step too far. This.
And I suppose that probably links into the fact that you're part of that Sean O'Hagan stable. You've got a fantastic set of boxers down there, and as you mentioned previously, some of the sparring that you've had, and I think it's been put out there all for the social media world, but everybody's seen that you've been sparring Josh Warrington. And how would you say that's fared with your preparations leading into this fight?
Yeah, everyone thinks we me and Josh spar all the time. We don't spar all the time because obviously we're fighting opponents who aren't matched to our styles, but we at least get one good spar in each camp, even if anyone who's seen us spar know what it's like. I don't think Sean likes watching us spar, to be fair, but yeah, we've had quite a few good spars for this camp. We've covered all areas for my. I know Leigh's been saying that he's going to come forward, but do we know what he's going to do? He hasn't felt my power yet. So whether he comes on front foot, starts switching or whatever, we've just been preparing for everything, all the aspects. And we've used Josh quite a lot in this camp, just to make sure that it's covered.
I suppose there's no better process, as we've said, for that than sparring somebody like an elite level fighter. That's to take nothing away from Leigh Wood. He's been in there with the likes of Jazza Dickens, who looks like he's got the potential to now fight for the IBF World Championship against Kid Galahad. Are these the type of people that possibly, if you come through this, that you're thinking maybe a few fights down the line that you're going to start looking at targeting?
Yeah, I'm not looking that too far ahead. I'm just focused on obviously the British title. And I don't know whether my manager will want to take me next, and obviously Sean, and whatever they decide to do with me next, whether it's defences at British or whatever, I'm more than happy to do whatever they want me to, and I'm not looking too far ahead.
Is it very much coming from a stable, flawed background, I think, as well, and that definitely is only going to help. I think the longevity on that career. Talking on that last situation there, I suppose, moving away and all these issues that we've had recently within the world of the featherweight boxing championship, how do you see that potential fight with Kid Galahad and Jazza Dickens, and where does that potentially leave your stablemate Josh Warrington moving forward?
Obviously, I can't say too much on the Josh Warrington situation because it's not my place to say, but Josh has got bigger fights. He don't need no Galahad in his way. And yeah, he's had to give his belt up, but there's better things to come, and obviously that'll all be out soon enough. But I think in the Jazza and Galahad fight, I don't know. I'd like to say Jazza would beat him, but I don't think he will beat him. I want Jazza to beat him, but I think Galad just got the edge on it.
It's a good insight, and that's definitely going to be an interesting fight there to see. And as we say, it is pleasing to hear the comments on Josh and where Josh can go, because I think that the world of boxing knows what Josh Warrington is capable of, and everybody knows what the man can achieve. And I think it's now, I think he's taken a tough decision, but I think with the majority of people will say that is it the right decision? Boxing fans, we're not the ones that are fighting in the ring every week, are we? So it's easy for us to sit back on a chair and say we'd do this, we'd do that. But I definitely think from what I've seen a lot on social media recently, that there's big fights coming up. So leading back onto you know, you're 13-0. You've been a professional since 2016. How are you coming into this at 27 years of age? Are you feeling fit, strong within that weight, or do you think there's the potential moving forward that you may be able to go up?
This camp, seriously, my weight has just been perfect. It's been that good for me, making weight this week. But yeah, the weight's not been an issue. And moving up weight in time to come, yeah, maybe if I have to or need to, but at this moment in time, there's definitely no issues with the weight for me to having to move up.
That's absolutely fantastic to hear, and you can see the confidence is brimming in your face. You know, essentially when you're talking about that fight, and it's nice to see. I think how positive people are in this current predicament that everybody's finding themselves in the world, in how strong you feel coming into this fight. So I think for those people out there and anybody who's listening, this is definitely not a fight to miss. You need to be tuning in to watch this.
Yeah, definitely. I'm very excited about this. I mean, I've trained since I've been 10-year-old, so the last 16 years I've been training, and obviously this is my biggest fight so far in my life. And I know that when I win this fight, the door's open, you know what I mean? I've boxed under the radar for so long now, and I know when these gates open, I'm going to be parachuted up there into some top names, and I know there's some hard fights to come, and I'm just looking forward to it.
That's great to hear. And as we say, I think you're keeping your head where it needs to be, but obviously there's constantly that tinker, I think, in the back of the head that's telling you exactly where you need to go and how you need to get there, and it's fantastic to hear. Have you got any predictions for the fight on the 13th?
I mean, you know, he keeps saying all of a sudden he's gone with Ben Davison. He's been with him, I don't know, half a year or whatever. He's been training with him. He's a completely new boxer, and how someone does that when someone's got a new trainer in it, they can become a new boxer in 6 months or whatever, is beyond me. But he's saying he's this big, massive puncher. Yeah, I know he can punch, but he's not felt my power. I know I can punch, but I think they're missing something that I can box. I haven't done what I've done in my amateurs and done what I've so far without having to box. I mean, most of my career I boxed on back foot. A lot of people won't know that, but a lot of people are very wary of my power. That's why it allows me to come forward. But I don't know, whatever it is going to bring, I'm going to be ready for. And whether it means me boxing on back foot on night, coming forward and meeting him, whether he goes on back foot, I'm not too arsed at all. But I hope he does come forward, because I think he'll get took out early if he comes forward at me.
So do you feel you have the power to stop him?
Yeah, definitely, 1,000,000%. Listen, I can put people down with 14, 16-ounce gloves. I've got no problem with putting people down them little grants. No problems at all.
There's definitely shots fired there then, and I think for Leigh Wood and his camp, if you're listening in, Reece Mould's coming for you, and I definitely think that's the message that we're picking up there. Absolutely fantastic here. Just before we end, we do something which is 3 quick fire questions. You don't want to answer if you don't have to. It's just for a bit of fun. Are you happy to take part?
Yeah.
Right, I'll chuck them at you now. The first one, a lurcher or a whip it?
Whip it. I had a whip it. So it's got to be a
Bacon or sausage?
sausage.
Slippers or socks?
Ox.
Brilliant. Reece Mould, absolutely fantastic to hear from you, and what a fantastic interview. 13th of February, do not miss this fight, guys. It's going to be an absolute banger, and fireworks are going to be on there. I'm Brett Redman. This is Bad Intentions Boxing. Let's go.